Ben Brown, Evolution Martial Arts in Sparks, Nevada. We just got done with class. See you guys. Seeing some people engaging the videos that I make about doing jiu-jitsu after hip replacement. So I am 4 months away from 2 years, so a little over a year and a half since surgery. Doing great. Most days I forget that I had hip replacement. When I exercise vigorously, which is a relative term because I don't exercise that vigorously anymore, but I also have a shoulder issue, and that limits me more than the hip. But like the other day I went to the gym and then it aches, maybe that night, the next day I put some ice on and I'm good to go. I have had zero problems with the hip replacement. I'm in the gym here rolling probably 2 days a week now. I used to do like 4. And again, it's mostly the shoulder. It just hurts too much to roll more than that. And I don't roll that hard anymore, again, because of the shoulder. What I avoid with the hip is I avoid hard takedowns. I don't really do leg entanglements because certain leg entanglements could really mess this up. And I know a guy who used to be my instructor when I was a little kid. He was my Taekwondo instructor. He's had 4 surgeries on his hip after he had his hip replaced. I wasn't there, I don't know exactly what happened, but he got a spiral fracture of his femur and then has just been going through a lot since then. I don't want to be that person. But you can roll. So what's gonna happen, this is my buddy Brad. He's gonna hit the timer. We're just gonna do 3 minutes, pretty chill. We worked on mount maintenance and Americana from mount today. And so we're gonna see if we can put some of that into our roll. But just rolling, just showing that, yeah, I can do jiu-jitsu after hip replacement. Go ahead. So when we roll, we're not trying to win the world championships, and like I said, we went over mount today, so the goal is for Brad to work on his mount entries, right? And then mount maintenance. And I'm just giving him something to work on. Nice. We're working on going from pin to pin. So when you lose a pin, you go to another pin. Oh, my turn. But again, it's usually pretty chill when we roll. We're a couple of old dudes, right? Just trying to stay on the mat. That's the goal. Just be here. So again, working on that. I was going double unders. Almost impossible to stop that. So I just go to a different pin. Right? When I lose a pin, I transition to another pin. And then that butterfly mount's a great way to get in and out. Look at that. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. It's fun to just be able to be on the mat. I trust Brad. I trust you completely. So I know that, I'm not going to get hurt. He's doing the right thing. He always frames my hips when I get in mount, which is the #1 thing. And you see, we don't fight tooth and nail for anything. When we know we've lost something, we just go to the next thing. Nice. So that's just an example. And I will say, I play mostly bottom now. play mostly defense. When I start getting aggressive on offense, you don't, but most people, they get more aggressive, they ramp up, and it goes like this. And now we're in that zone where it's not good for me, where potential injury to the shoulder, this hip comes in. I can't do that anymore. So have to keep it the way we do it.
Yep. Agreed.
And, you know, sometimes I don't do what I should be doing because I know my body can't really do it, or it brings in the chance of injury, but I appreciate the roll.
Absolutely. Hip replaced.
Yeah. So
Still rolling.
for anyone out there who's going through this, there's another guy in here who got his knee replaced. You can still do jiu-jitsu, you just have to be smart. You do not want to damage that replacement, because then the viable tissue that they use to fix it again may not be viable, right? So I do jiu-jitsu in a way that increases the chances that I get to be here for the next 10, 20, 30 years if I'm lucky. Okay, that's it. If you have any questions, leave a comment. You can contact me. I'll answer any question you have. Cool, thanks.